this year. So that'll be about 20% growth in sales this year. Real slow start though. I'm seeing confidence and a bit more self-belief in people making decisions. They are happy. Still a little bit slow. Yeah, still a long way to go. Look, it isn't. I don't think I've been in an industry that is so tough. I've been in a few different industries. It is so tough. It's a tender market now. Up until 2007, all the jobs and projects they picked up was what they called a negotiated contract, because the demand supply was with the supplier. So you wanted something done. Yep, we can do it. Here's the price. Oh, I don't like that price. We'll go somewhere else. I've got him lined up right behind me. Not like that now. You say, I want your tender, I want his tender, his tender, his tender. So every single job, we fight on price. It doesn't matter if we do all Hallenstein's Glassons. And they dropped us on their big Queen Street one you'll see going on. First time that's happened in 4 years. Otherwise we've done all the Hallenstein's Glassons and did the storm up at Ponsonby. Blue chip client, they dropped us. Whoa, what happened? Just want you to know. Whilst a $400,000 job for $8,000, it wasn't about the price. Actually, it wasn't. I just want you to know. And we love them to death too. So that's what it's like. It's so tough. Anyway, there's still operators in our sector. There's 2 this year operators in the sector in Auckland that have gone into liquidation. Still tough out there. There's a supplier that's going into receivership. The supplier of the industry is going into receivership next week. And so I guess I'm saying the boom in the construction industry is a myth. The tail is quite long, actually. It is in our sector. So we thought, we went down to Christchurch in March. We thought, right, we came back with our tail between our legs. It's a disaster down there, it's so slow. And then we went down again in July. We're not going to go down until March and have another look. The tail is really, really long. Part of the reason, actually, without getting the version for anybody that is interested, my take on it, is that the cost of the new buildings is very, very expensive. So the cost to get the building out of the ground and through that first stage is only allowed to go up so high, I think, is 60% dearer than conventional construction costs. So what are they having to do to rent the properties, the developers? The rents they're asking for in central and all the central CBD area, I think are something like 40% dearer than Queen Street. So all the guys that were out in the middle of Christchurch, the KPGs and beanies and lawyers and things like that, they've all relocated out here. Why are they going to come back in? So that migration of demand back into the CBD area to pick all those rental has really slowed it down. So the developers aren't moving. Okay, the Goff family, I think there was a $200 million property development. They just they started building, put everything on hold. Just stopped. You don't really hear about that. I thought it might come out in the election. So it's going to be slow. And I think what will happen is that the first tenancies to come in the new buildings down there will be all the government departments. And they'll just pay the rent, the increased rent. And then slowly that'll drive the commercial energy back in there. The other guys can't afford not to be there. That's my pick on what will happen. So the tail, and if we'd relied on that, on all this energy that we were hearing about the commercial sector, this year we would have gone broke. So I was sitting there at the start of January expecting February we had the order book full, Hallenstein's Glassons had 6 shops ready to go, all that. Hallenstein's Glassons in the second week in January came out and said Christmas was a disaster. And they canned every development. Oh, they had no work. January, February, we needed anybody else in the sector too, because I asked for just us upsetting them again. And so we had to shift all our focus over to Australia. Thank heavens we were over there. So we screamed over there, and so at the moment 75% of our turnovers are out of Australia. So the JRs and all the retail, 50% of the retailers in New Zealand owned by Australian firms anyway. Coach and UGG and there's True Alliance and Cotton On Group, and we're all Australian owned, so that's where we do our marketing in Sydney and do this stuff over there. Get diverted today. So that's what's happening. So it's tough. We really burned hard through until we started to really pick up in May and June and July. We had our record month ever in the company in August. And we're full, our business is full now. We are picking up. I think we've got 3 partner buildings to do over Christmas, New Year. Hopefully, we're looking at doing the Emirates Lounge in Perth International Airport, the Emirates Airline, things like that, Crown Casino next year. So some good prospects, but boy, it's just tough. That's it, really. That's where we are. So the battles don't stop. It doesn't get any easier. I guess I'm saying you drop the eye on your business for 5 seconds, certainly in this business, it can really, really hurt you. So it's been an interesting experience. So what would I say would be an outcome for tonight, maybe, to have a think about? Think about that planning discipline. You've got a seminar series that I think you'll get some value out of it, having that tucked under your business. And hopefully I've given you a little bit of a heads up on a process that is really, really simple to do. Have a think about culture. Doesn't matter if you're a small business or a big business. And I used to be quite cynical about culture in my younger, bullish days when work hard, work smart, stuff everything else, don't hug any trees and just get in and do it. Maybe I've got a little bit wiser and a little bit more respectful about the power of people. You hear people talk about it, I suppose. And I don't actually like to talk about it too much. Don't be scared about sharing information with your staff. Information is power. You might think, oh, they're going to go to the pub, they're going to get booze with their mates, they're going to tell them stuff. I think if you put a boundary in place and say, I'm trusting you, and it's a big move to do that for all of you that have, everything is so personal, so close, that's a big call sometimes, and you've got to be brave to do it. And make decisions. Make decisions. So you've got advisors. They're there to help you guide and make decisions. Sometimes they will say, why don't you do that? Just do that. You know, these guys are good. I'm sure that they don't say, well, why don't you think about it? I'm sure they're a little bit more definite than that. Okay? So sometimes you can use your professionals. It's a bigger decision. Just want to go and bounce it off. It's a cheap investment. I'm not getting paid to advertise them. But your lawyers are probably your trustees as well. You know, they know you, they understand you. But make decisions. And let your people make some decisions. You know? When you go on holiday and you leave your most senior person to run your business, I hope it's not going to be stuff up. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They might get a couple of bits wrong. Fix it up when you get back. Might have upset a client. It's all right. Don't give them a hug. Take them out for beer or wine. They'll be all right. And the other thing is just have a think about referencing to what I call the customer-centric attitude, which is all it ends up being top-line focus. And I tuck that new word in cooperation. Right? So just those 5 things to have a think about. And hopefully will give you a bit of ammunition as you're starting to move through the program, which like I say again, I reckon it's sensational what you guys are putting on. this room should be double the size. People would grab hold of that sort of stuff. It's great. All right, guys.